Unkulunkulu continued his creative work, fashioning the animals, the mountains, the streams, and all creatures, both wild and domesticated. 8. He is depicted gathering fish and flinging them into rivers, harvesting birds and antelope and releasing them into the wild, and creating cattle for human use. 9. He established the natural world as it is known to the Zulu people, populating it with diverse forms of life. Creation of sun and moon. To bring light into the world, Unkulunkulu plucked a ball of fire and a round glowing stone from the reeds and flung them into the sky, creating the sun and the moon. Watch this story in full. Subscribe, comment, and like my channel. Green Mythology. For mythology and history. Now watch the story in full please. Zulu mythology, originating from the Zulu people of South Africa, is a rich and complex tapestry of stories, beliefs, and spiritual practices. It offers a profound understanding of the Zulu worldview, their relationship with nature, their ancestors, and the cosmos. At the heart of this mythology lies the figure of Unkulunkulu, often referred to as the creator, the Old One, and the first ancestor. However, Zulu cosmology extends far beyond a single creator deity, encompassing a pantheon of gods and spirits, intricate creation narratives, and a deep reverence for the ancestral realm. This exploration will delve into the depths of Zulu mythology, focusing on Unkulunkulu and the broader spiritual landscape he inhabits. Unkulunkulu, Ulanulu, a name resonating with antiquity, meaning, the Old One, or the Great One, stands as a cornerstone of Zulu cosmology. While often described as the creator god, his role is multifaceted and has evolved over time, particularly with the influence of Christianity. Understanding Unkulunkulu requires exploring his origins, his actions, and the different interpretations of his significance within Zulu tradition. Unkulunkulu's origin is intrinsically linked to the Uthlanga, a mythical marsh or swamp of reeds located in the north. According to the most prevalent creation myth, Unkulunkulu emerged from these reeds. He is said to have come out of, or broke off from, a bed of reeds, a concept that is central to understanding his nature. This origin from reeds, a natural and abundant element in the Zulu environment, grounds Unkulunkulu firmly in the natural world from which the Zulu people draw their sustenance and build their homes. Several names and epithets are associated with Unkulunkulu, reflecting different aspects of his being. Umvelinqangi, while often used to refer to a supreme, more abstract deity, as we will explore later. Umvelinqangi, meaning, the first outcomer, or, the ancestor of all, is sometimes used interchangeably with Unkulunkulu, particularly in the context of his emergence from the reeds as the first being. 1. Ukekili, meaning, the wise one, this name highlights Unkulunkulu's wisdom and knowledge, attributes befitting a creator figure. Uzivalele, translated as, he who is of himself, this name emphasizes Unkulunkulu's self-origination and independent existence, suggesting a being who is not created but rather comes into being on his own. Usomandla, meaning, the ultimate source of all existence, this name further elevates Unkulunkulu to a position of supreme power and origin, although it is also sometimes used for Umvelinqangi. 4. Umkulu, another way of saying, the Great One, reinforcing his supreme status. 5. The multiplicity of names and interpretations surrounding Unkulunkulu reflects the fluidity and richness of oral traditions, where different communities and storytellers may emphasize different aspects of his character and role. The most prominent myths surrounding Unkulunkulu center on his role as the creator. Emerging from the reeds of Uthlanga, Unkulunkulu is credited with shaping the world and bringing life into existence. His creative acts are often described as follows. Creation of humanity. From the same bed of reeds that birthed him, Unkulunkulu created the first humans. He is said to have raised man out of beds of grass, or picked them from the reeds, suggesting a deliberate act of bringing humans into being from the same source as himself. 6. These first humans are considered the ancestors of all nations, spreading across the earth from Uthlanga. 7. Creation of animals and nature. Unkulunkulu continued his creative work, fashioning the animals, the mountains, the streams, and all creatures, both wild and domesticated. 8. He is depicted gathering fish and flinging them into rivers, harvesting birds and antelope and releasing them into the wild, and creating cattle for human use. 9. He established the natural world as it is known to the Zulu people, populating it with diverse forms of life. Creation of sun and moon. To bring light into the world, Unkulunkulu plucked a ball of fire and a round glowing stone from the reeds and flung them into the sky, creating the sun and the moon. 10. This act brought illumination and order to the previously dark and formless world. Giving social institutions. Beyond the physical world, Unkulunkulu is also credited with giving humans their social institutions, such as marriage and chieftainship. 11. He established the foundations of Zulu society and culture. Providing for human needs. Unkulunkulu is also seen as providing humans with essential elements for survival and well-being. He gave them fire for cooking, and doctors, traditional healers for treating diseases. 12. He is concerned with human health, fertility, and prosperity. However, despite being the creator, Unkulunkulu is often depicted as a somewhat distant figure after the act of creation. Some myths suggest that after creating everything, Unkulunkulu forgot his creations and abandoned them, with no further myths detailing his ongoing involvement in the world. 13. This withdrawal of the creator deity is a recurring theme in some creation myths, suggesting a world set in motion but left to its own course. One of the most poignant and widespread myths associated with Unkulunkulu is the story of the messengers of life and death. This myth explains the origin of human mortality and highlights the consequences of mistakes and delays. According to the myth, Unkulunkulu, after creating humanity, desired to grant them eternal life. He sent 2 messengers to deliver his decree. The chameleon Unwaba Unkulunkulu first sent a chameleon with the message of eternal life for humankind: men must not die. 14. The chameleon, however, was slow and leisurely. It stopped to eat and bask in the sun, delaying its journey. 15. The lizard Intulo, impatient with the chameleon's slow progress, Unkulunkulu sent a lizard with a contradictory message: men must die. 16. The lizard, being much faster, arrived first and delivered its message of mortality to humanity. 17. When the chameleon finally arrived with the message of eternal life, it was too late. The lizard's message had already been accepted. Humans were destined to be mortal. The chameleon, in shame and sorrow for its failure, is said to change colors, a characteristic attributed to its regret at not being swift enough to prevent death from entering the world. 18. This myth serves several purposes. Explaining mortality. It provides a mythological explanation for why humans are mortal, attributing it to a cosmic accident or a failure in communication. Highlighting consequences of delay. The myth emphasizes the importance of promptness and the potential for even small delays to have significant and irreversible consequences. Offering a moral lesson. It can be interpreted as a cautionary tale about the fragility of life and the importance of seizing opportunities. Connecting to animal symbolism. The myth establishes a symbolic association between the chameleon and death, or the lost opportunity for immortality, and the lizard with mortality. Unkulunkulu's response to the introduction of death was not to reverse it, but to institute marriage, so that children may be born and men increase on earth. 19. He also provided doctors to treat diseases, mitigating the suffering caused by mortality. This suggests that while Unkulunkulu did not prevent death, he provided ways for humanity to cope with it and ensure the continuation of life through procreation and healing. The nature of Unkulunkulu has been a subject of scholarly debate and evolving interpretation. Historically, and in some contemporary understandings, Unkulunkulu was primarily viewed as the first ancestor of the Zulu people, a primordial human figure from whom all Zulu lineages descended. In this pre-Christian context, Unkulunkulu was revered as the symbolic patriarch, the root from which all life sprang, and an old one, deserving of respect. 20. Each tribe and family might have their own Unkulunkulu, plural form representing revered ancestors unique to their lineage, acting as intermediaries between the living and the ultimate source of creation. 21. However, with the arrival of Christian missionaries in the 19th century, the understanding of Unkulunkulu underwent a significant transformation. Missionaries, seeking to translate the concept of the Christian God into Zulu terms, identified Unkulunkulu as a potential equivalent. This led to a shift in perception, with Unkulunkulu increasingly being interpreted as a supreme creator deity, analogous to the Christian God. 22. This, Christianized, Unkulunkulu became more explicitly defined as the originator of not just humanity but of all creation, mirroring the Genesis creation narrative. This evolution is evident in different interpretations. Pre-Christian Unkulunkulu, primarily an ancestral figure, the first man, revered as the progenitor of the Zulu people, but not necessarily a supreme, all-powerful deity in the Christian sense. 23. Post-Christian Unkulunkulu, elevated to the status of a supreme creator god, the originator of the universe and everything in it, closely resembling the Christian God in function and attributes. 24. It is important to recognize both layers of interpretation when understanding Unkulunkulu. He embodies both the ancestral roots of the Zulu people and, through cultural and religious evolution, the concept of a supreme creative force. While Unkulunkulu is often the most prominent figure in discussions of Zulu creation mythology, the concept of Umvelinqangi is crucial for understanding the deeper cosmological framework. Umvelinqangi, meaning, the one who was in the very beginning, or, the one who came first, represents a supreme being that transcends even Unkulunkulu in scope and power. 25. Umvelinqangi is not typically personified as a deity with a defined form or gender. Instead, he is understood as an abstract, divine consciousness, the ultimate source of all existence, not male, not female, not both, not a spirit but indescribable. 26. He is the breath that gave life to the universe, the essence of creation itself. 27. This abstract nature sets Umvelinqangi apart from more anthropomorphic deities found in other mythologies and even from the more human-like portrayal of Unkulunkulu in some narratives. Umvelinqangi's role is primarily that of the primordial creator, the force that brought everything into being from nothingness. He is seen as the great first cause, the foundation of the universe. 28. However, unlike Unkulunkulu, Umvelinqangi does not directly intervene in the world or interact with humans in a personal way. He remains aloof, an unseen force that sustains the world and its myriad creatures. 29. Because of his transcendent and impersonal nature, there are no direct rituals or prayers offered to Umvelinqangi in traditional Zulu practice. 30. He is considered beyond human comprehension and approach. Instead, Zulu spirituality focuses more on ancestor veneration and interaction with lesser deities who are more directly involved in human affairs. Despite the lack of direct worship, there is a way to connect with Umvelinqangi in Zulu tradition, ukukotama. This practice, often described as prostration or deep meditation, is seen as a means to achieve ubunye namvelinqangi, oneness with the divine consciousness. 31. Ukukotama is a spiritual exercise that allows individuals to transcend the mundane and connect with the ultimate source of being. Historically, it was considered a vital practice that contributed to the resilience and survival of the Zulu people by fostering a sense of spiritual unity and purpose. 32. Ukukotama represents a more mystical and philosophical dimension of Zulu spirituality, acknowledging a supreme reality that is beyond human grasp but can be experienced through deep contemplation and spiritual practice. The relationship between Umvelinqangi and Unkulunkulu can be interpreted in different ways, often depending on the specific myth or tradition. One common understanding is that Umvelinqangi is the supreme, primordial creator, while Unkulunkulu is a secondary creator figure who emerged from creation itself, the reeds, to shape the world and humanity as we know it. 33. In this view, Umvelinqangi is the ultimate source, while Unkulunkulu is a more active and anthropomorphic figure involved in the details of creation. Some myths even depict Umvelinqangi as the father of Unkulunkulu, further establishing a hierarchical relationship. 34. This suggests a cosmology where there is a supreme, abstract source Umvelinqangi and a more accessible, active creator deity Unkulunkulu who carries out the work of creation in the world. However, it is also important to note that in some narratives, the distinction between Unkulunkulu and Umvelinqangi becomes blurred, and the names are used interchangeably to refer to the supreme creator. 35. This fluidity again reflects the diverse and evolving nature of oral traditions. While Unkulunkulu and Umvelinqangi hold prominent positions, Zulu mythology encompasses a rich pantheon of other deities and spirits, each with their own domains and roles in the spiritual world. These figures are often more directly involved in human affairs and are the focus of more active worship and ritual practices. Zulu mythology features several important goddesses associated with nature, fertility, and well-being. Nomkhubulwane. As discussed earlier, Nomkhubulwane is a central goddess associated with rain, agriculture, fertility, and the rainbow. 36 She is often invoked for bountiful harvests and is seen as a life-giving force. The annual Nomkhubulwane festival was historically held in her honor, and has been revived in modern times, emphasizing themes of purity and womanhood. 37 She is sometimes referred to as the Zulu Demeter, due to her agricultural associations. 38 Inkosazana. Another fertility goddess, Inkosazana, is also associated with young girls and is sometimes described as a princess of heaven. 39 Intriguingly, she is also linked to death and destruction, representing the duality of life and death inherent in nature. 40 Inyanga. The moon goddess, Inyanga, is associated with healers Izi Nyanga and the cyclical nature of time and life. 41 The moon's phases are often linked to feminine cycles and rhythms, and her connection to healers suggests a lunar influence on health and well-being. Zulu mythology also includes deities associated with specific crafts, professions, or natural phenomena. Ungungi. The deity of blacksmiths. 42 Blacksmiths held a vital role in traditional Zulu society as makers of tools and weapons. Having a specific deity for blacksmiths highlights the importance of this craft and the divine aspect attributed to skilled work. Sanzwafi. The deity of healing. 43 While Inyanga is the moon goddess associated with healers, Sanzwafi embodies the power of healing itself, representing the divine force that restores health and well-being. Namhoi Mamlambo. Goddess of rivers. 44 Rivers are essential for life, providing water and sustenance. Namhoi, also known as Mamlambo, embodies the power of rivers. However, Mamlambo is also depicted as a dangerous, snake-like creature who can drown people, highlighting the dual nature of rivers as both life-giving and potentially destructive forces. 45 Wayne. A warning god. 46 Wayne's role is to provide omens and warnings, possibly related to moral conduct or impending danger. This suggests a divine figure concerned with human behavior and offering guidance. Unkulunkulu or Unkulunkulu is a unique figure in Zulu mythology, described as a star being ancestor who came from the stars. 47 According to myth, he found the ancient Zulu people living in a primitive state, like animals and without laws. Unkulunkulu is credited with civilizing humanity, teaching them to build huts and establishing the high laws of Isintu, Zulu customs and traditions. 48 This myth suggests a belief in divine beings from the cosmos who played a role in shaping Zulu culture and society. It also hints at a possible connection to celestial origins and a broader cosmic perspective within Zulu mythology. Central to Zulu traditional religion is the veneration of ancestors, known as Amadlozi or Abafansi. 49 Ancestors are not simply figures from the past, they are active participants in the lives of the living, acting as intermediaries between the human world and the divine realm. 50 The belief in and honoring of ancestors is a cornerstone of Zulu spirituality. Upon death, the idlozi, spirit or soul, of a person does not simply vanish. Instead, it transitions into the realm of the ancestors, becoming an idlozi itself. Ancestors are believed to retain an interest in and influence over the lives of their living descendants. They are seen as spiritual guardians and protectors of their families and communities. 51 Amadlozi are believed to play a significant role in daily life, influencing both positive and negative events. Guidance and protection. Ancestors are consulted for guidance and protection in various aspects of life, from personal matters to community decisions. 52 They can offer wisdom, support, and blessings to their descendants. Source of good fortune. When good things happen, it is often interpreted as a sign that the ancestors are pleased and are bestowing their blessings. 53 Prosperity, health, and harmony are seen as indicators of ancestral favor. Cause of misfortune. Conversely, when misfortunes occur, illness, bad luck, or social disharmony, it is often attributed to ancestral displeasure or neglect. 54 Ancestors may become angry if they are not properly honored or if their descendants violate traditional customs and moral codes. Control over nature. Ancestors are believed to have the power to influence natural forces, such as rain and weather patterns. 55 Their favor is sought for good rains and bountiful harvests. Zulu people engage in various practices to honor and communicate with their ancestors. Divination. Unkulunkulu diviners, particularly sangomas, play a crucial role in communicating with the ancestors. 56 Through divination rituals, sangomas can discern the will of the ancestors, identify the causes of misfortune, and prescribe remedies or offerings to appease them. Offerings and sacrifices. Offerings and sacrifices are made to ancestors to show respect, gratitude, or to seek their intervention. 57 These offerings can include food, beer, often associated with Nomkhubulwane, or animal sacrifices, depending on the specific context and guidance from diviners. Dreams and visions. Dreams are considered a significant channel of communication from the ancestors. 58 Dreams can provide guidance, warnings, or reveal ancestral messages that need to be interpreted by diviners. Rituals and ceremonies. Various rituals and ceremonies are performed to honor ancestors, particularly at important life events such as births, marriages, and deaths, as well as during agricultural cycles and times of crisis. 59 Respect for elders. Respect for elders in Zulu society is deeply intertwined with ancestor veneration. Elders are seen as closer to the ancestral realm and are treated with deference and honor, reflecting the respect due to ancestors. Ancestor veneration is not simply a ritualistic practice, it is a living, dynamic aspect of Zulu spirituality that shapes social behavior, moral values, and the understanding of the world. It reinforces the interconnectedness of the living and the dead and the ongoing influence of the past on the present. Zulu mythology also features a variety of mythical creatures, adding further richness and complexity to their spiritual landscape. Two prominent examples are the Tokoloshe and the Inkanyamba. The Tokoloshe or Tokoloshe is a well-known figure in Zulu folklore, often described as a dwarf-like water sprite or gremlin. 60 He is known for his mischievous and often malevolent nature. Characteristics and attributes of Tokoloshe. Dwarf-like appearance. Tokoloshes are typically depicted as small, hairy, and grotesque creatures, often with features that are considered unnatural or disturbing. Water-dwelling. They are associated with water sources, such as rivers, streams, and pools. 61 Mischief and trickery. Tokoloshes are notorious for their mischievous pranks and tricks, which can range from playful to harmful. They are known to cause minor annoyances, disrupt households, and play practical jokes. Invisibility. Tokoloshes are believed to have the ability to become invisible, often by swallowing a pebble, making them difficult to detect or avoid. 62 Malevolence and harm. In more sinister accounts, Tokoloshes are portrayed as malevolent beings capable of causing harm, illness, and even death. They are sometimes associated with witchcraft and are believed to be used by sorcerers to inflict curses or misfortune on enemies. 63 Cultural significance of Tokoloshe. Explanation for misfortune. Tokoloshe stories often serve to explain unexplained misfortunes, illnesses, or accidents. If something goes wrong, it might be attributed to the mischievous actions of a Tokoloshe. Cautionary tales. Tokoloshe stories function as cautionary tales, warning people about the dangers of the natural world and the importance of respecting traditional customs and spiritual boundaries. Control and protection. Despite their mischievous nature, there are ways to protect oneself from Tokoloshes. Traditional methods include raising beds on bricks to prevent them from reaching sleepers, or consulting with sangomas for protective charms and rituals. Inkanyamba is another significant mythical creature, a colossal serpent believed to reside in deep bodies of water, such as lakes, rivers, and waterfalls. 64 It is associated with powerful natural forces, particularly storms and floods. Characteristics and attributes of Inkanyamba. Serpentine form. Inkanyamba is described as a giant serpent, often with an eel-like body and an equine, horse-like head. 65 Its immense size and serpentine nature evoke a sense of primal power and danger. Water-dwelling. It inhabits deep water bodies, reinforcing its connection to water and its forces. Weather control. Inkanyamba is believed to have the power to control the weather, particularly storms and floods. Its movements and actions are said to cause thunder, lightning, and torrential rains. 66. Carnivorous and dangerous. Inkanyamba is portrayed as a carnivorous and dangerous creature, capable of causing destruction and harm. It is associated with natural disasters and unpredictable forces of nature. Respect and fear. Inkanyamba is treated with a mixture of respect and fear. People avoid areas believed to be inhabited by Inkanyamba and take precautions during storms to appease or avoid its wrath. Cultural significance of Inkanyamba. Embodiment of natural power. Inkanyamba embodies the raw, untamed power of nature, particularly water and storms. It represents the forces that are both essential for life, rain, and potentially destructive floods. Explanation for weather phenomena. Inkanyamba myths explain dramatic weather events like storms and floods as the actions of this powerful serpent deity. Respect for nature's forces. The Inkanyamba myth reinforces the Zulu respect for the power of nature and the need to live in harmony with the environment. It serves as a reminder of the forces beyond human control. Zulu traditional religion is not just a system of beliefs but also a vibrant practice involving various rituals and ceremonies. These practices serve to maintain harmony with the spirit world, honor ancestors, seek blessings, and mark important life events. Key types of rituals and ceremonies. Ancestor veneration rituals. As discussed, rituals dedicated to ancestor veneration are central. These include offerings, amizbenzi prayers, and divination sessions to communicate with and appease ancestors. 67. Life cycle rituals. Ceremonies mark significant life transitions, such as births, puberty initiations, marriages, and funerals. 68. These rituals often involve ancestral blessings and reinforce social and spiritual bonds. Agricultural rituals. Given the importance of agriculture, rituals are performed to ensure good harvests, rain, and fertility of the land. These may involve offerings to Nomkhubulwane or prayers to ancestors for favorable weather conditions. 69. Healing rituals. Sangomas conduct healing rituals to diagnose and treat illnesses, often believed to be caused by spiritual imbalances or ancestral displeasure. 70. These rituals may involve herbal remedies, divination, and appeasement of spirits. Thanksgiving rituals ukubanga when good fortune occurs, a bountiful harvest, a birth, a marriage, recovery from illness. Thanksgiving rituals ukubanga are performed to express gratitude to ancestors and the divine forces. 71. These rituals reinforce the reciprocal relationship between humans and the spirit world. Cleansing rituals ukugeza. Cleansing rituals are performed to remove spiritual impurities or bad luck, often after contact with death, illness, or other sources of spiritual pollution. 72. These rituals restore spiritual balance and purity. The role of the Sangoma. Sangomas, traditional healers and diviners, primarily women, are central figures in Zulu traditional religion. 73. They act as intermediaries between the human and spirit worlds, playing a vital role in divination, healing, and ritual practices. Key roles of Sangomas. Divination ukubula. Sangomas are skilled in divination techniques, using methods like throwing bones amathambo or interpreting dreams to communicate with ancestors and spirits. 74. They can diagnose illnesses, identify problems, and reveal the will of the ancestors. Healing. Sangomas are healers, using herbal remedies, spiritual practices, and ancestral guidance to treat physical, emotional, and spiritual ailments. 75. They address illness from a holistic perspective, considering both physical and spiritual causes. Ritual leadership. Sangomas often lead or participate in various rituals and ceremonies, guiding the community in proper practices to honor ancestors, seek blessings, or appease spirits. 76. Guardians of tradition. Sangomas are keepers of traditional knowledge, including mythology, herbal medicine, ritual practices, and cultural customs. They play a crucial role in preserving and transmitting Zulu religious and cultural heritage. The calling to become a Sangoma is often understood as a spiritual initiation, sometimes involving an initiation illness, ukuthwasa, which is interpreted as a sign from the ancestors. 77. The initiation process involves rigorous training and apprenticeship under experienced sangomas, learning the complex skills and knowledge required for their role. Impact of Christianity and modernity. The arrival of Christian missionaries in the 19th century had a profound impact on Zulu traditional religion. As discussed earlier, the concept of Unkulunkulu was reinterpreted through a Christian lens, leading to a greater emphasis on him as a supreme creator deity. However, the impact of Christianity was multifaceted and complex. Syncretism. Zulu traditional religion did not simply disappear with the arrival of Christianity. Instead, there was a process of syncretism, where traditional beliefs and practices were blended with Christian elements. 78. Some Zulu people adopted Christianity while still maintaining aspects of ancestor veneration and belief in other deities. Decline of goddess worship. The emphasis on a singular, male god in Christianity led to a decline in the prominence of female deities like Nomkhubulwane. 79. While Unkulunkulu, often reinterpreted as a male creator, remained significant, the worship of female aspects of the divine waned in some communities. Ancestor veneration persistence. Despite Christian influence, ancestor veneration remained a deeply ingrained aspect of Zulu spirituality and continued to be practiced, often alongside Christian faith. 80. Ancestors continued to be seen as important spiritual intermediaries and protectors. Modern revivals. In recent times, there has been a resurgence of interest in and revival of Zulu traditional religion and cultural practices. The revival of the Nomkhubulwane festival is one example of this trend, seeking to reclaim and celebrate indigenous spiritual heritage. 81. Modernity and globalization also pose ongoing challenges and transformations to Zulu mythology and traditional religion. Urbanization, changing lifestyles, and exposure to diverse worldviews contribute to evolving interpretations and practices. However, Zulu mythology continues to be a living tradition, adapting and evolving while still maintaining its core values and spiritual significance for many Zulu people today. Conclusion: a living tapestry. Zulu mythology is far more than a collection of ancient stories. It is a living tapestry of beliefs, practices, and cultural values that continues to shape the spiritual lives of the Zulu people. Unkulunkulu, as creator and first ancestor, remains a central figure, but he is part of a broader cosmological framework that includes Umvelinqangi, the supreme consciousness, a pantheon of deities embodying natural forces and human endeavors, and the ever-present ancestral realm. Ancestor veneration, intertwined with ritual practices and the guidance of sangomas, forms the heart of Zulu traditional religion, connecting the living with the spiritual world and providing a framework for understanding life, death, and the cosmos. While influenced by Christianity and modernity, Zulu mythology continues to evolve, adapt, and offer a rich and meaningful spiritual heritage for generations to come.